Welcome, welcome. This is more of a various topic because we'll start this off with a scripture. Well, not really a scripture, a thing from the Bible. Let's see. Fear not man. Why do you fear man? You need to fear not man, but God. It's over you should fear. Now, I forgot the scripture for that. It actually exploded somewhere different. Fear not man, or man's wrath. It's just a wrath, but fear God who can destroy both soul and body in hell. He can only kill the body. The man can only kill the body. So, technically speaking, why should I worry about death? Okay. Okay. Man, people will persecute you for your beliefs. Trust and believe that. Okay, they don't like the truth. The truth is hurtful. The truth is in shines a light in a very dark place. And people don't like that. They run for the dark. They run for the light. When you expose the truth to them, they run in fear. Or they are afraid of what the light will expose. They fear judgment. They may act like they don't, but they fear judgment. Now, in saying this, let's talk about selling out. Okay, I barely mentioned that in the last video, but let me explain to you something. As Christians, we are not bound by the black race. Sorry, I'm going to tell you this. We are not bound by our skin color. We are not loyal to our skin. We are loyal to God. For He bought us. Now, He bought us. You didn't buy us. You didn't purchase us. We don't belong to you. You didn't you didn't buy us. So we didn't sell out to you. We decided to be free thinkers. We decided to have our own brain and think for ourselves and not rely on other people to tell us what to believe. Call us Uncle Charles, call us sell out. Sell it to what? But sell it to what, by the way? Because last time I checked, we are not bound by the black race. See, technically speaking, you always crying about equality, but you don't really want equality. You want to be racist. So I'm gonna let you be a racist. On your own, you can stand over there and be racist all you want to, but I'm not going to be. If I want to move in a all white neighborhood, I'm gonna move in a all white neighborhood. If they want to move in my neighborhood, right, I'll let them move in my neighborhood. You don't want to cry about equality, but then no white person living in your neighborhood. That don't even make any kind of sense. You want people to treat you fairly, but you don't treat other people fairly. That's not how it works. You treat white people like the enemy, but then want people that the white people that treat you like an angel. You can't have it both ways. It irritates me. It really does. You see, you look across from you and you see all these people being cheerful and while you sit there grumpy and mad. Well, get hell, you can't stop being racist. You got one simple thing: stop being a freaking racist. Stop crying about white people. Stop being anti-white. Stop blaming the white people for your problems. Take accountability for your own actions, your own decisions. Half the reason you're poor is because of poor money management. You sell. If anyone sold out, you sold out. Black people aren't supposed to be Democrats. They're supposed to be Republicans. You the one sold out for the sake of Golden Idol. Free stuff. You sold out for free stuff. You sold out. Your women sold out their men for free stuff. Marry the government. See, I don't need the man. I want to marry the government to get free welfare, and I have to raise my kids on my own and complain about it later. Look how great I am, because I'm a single mother. I was raised by a single mother. Did a good job, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, she also needed a man. But the problem is twofold here. You know what the problem with the family is twofold. The man's too trifling, and the women, I don't know. But technically speaking, these two things wrong here. Either the man is trifling because they don't know how to pick men right, or two, the women just abandon that goal to get welfare because they can't do it if they're married. They can't do it if they get married. If she were to go and get a man and get married, she couldn't have welfare. That would be terrible. Oh. But I think this is more complicated than just that. We have to dissect that problem. The problem isn't just because the woman decided to give up her man for welfare. It's not that simple. It's actually more complicated than this. See, what happens in the dating world is this: what happens? Woman goes picks a dude. He's trifling, obviously, because she's only looking for a dude because of his looks and not because of what's inside of his brain cell and what's inside of his character. So instead of picking somebody who got a good character, she picks a person because he looks good and he has a chisel muscle and he's all built up like a brick house. And then he ends up being a jerk. And then he impregnates her, then leaves her for another chick. And next thing you know, she's on the welfare system. And then the dude is just trifling. He's just going around impregnate women, lead them because he don't want to take the responsibility like a man and do what he got to do to take care of that child. See, it's problem on both sides. Feminists want to blame a man on everything. Actually, it's not just men's fault. It's your fault too. Okay, you got to take responsibility. You know, in the beginning, verse 2, Adam and Eve. Let's go back all the way back to Adam and Eve. Okay, it was very easy to blame the woman, but the woman said, "Oh, it's not my fault. It was a snake. The snake tempted me." We having the same problem. We can, except for the women blame the men and the men blaming the women. The fact of the matter is, it's both of y'all's fault, and you both should receive the punishment. Okay. Women going around sleeping with people, they want to cry about Me Too. Now, I'm not saying this is always the case. Okay, about 50% of it is maybe legitimate. Okay, but most of the time, we can't even substantiate some of these claims. College students talking about 1 in 5 people get raped on the regular, and God, no, it ain't. That's not even true. You made 1 in 5 allegedly allege or claim they were raped. It's more or less than that who are actually raped. I mean, you go to now. There's some people who go to fraternity. Now there's a sign where you need to red flag for you women going to fraternity parties. If you weren't popular before going to this so-called fraternity, and you were like mysteriously invited for no reason whatsoever, you need to run. Don't accept it. Just because they give it to you, don't mean you get upset because they probably up to something nefarious. If you weren't like in before and like nuts, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you something. I don't know if this situation would actually happen. I don't know this is in the movie, but let me tell you, if this actually happened in a similar way, let me tell you, let's imagine you're a woman. Like, let's imagine that you're not the most popular person in college. You're not noticeable. You keep to yourself. You study all the time. Next thing you know, some random popular girl comes to you. Girl, you should come to our party. The fraternity is having a party. You need to come. Red flag. Because they didn't know you before. Now all of a sudden they want to invite you to a fraternity party. You should be really suspicious. Because legally speaking, the only time a popular person wants to invite somebody they barely know, who they know they don't like, you need to be ready. Because usually they're up to some nasty, trifling ass shit. And they're probably going to set you up for something. Actually, you should be mad. You should be mad for everybody involved in this prank. They like to prank people. Oh, another red flag is if you are beefing with a girl that you can't stand, and all of a sudden she's nice to you one day out of the blue and invite to a party. Don't go, cause obviously she up to no good. These some clever chicks you need to watch. You mad at the man. Some of these people are you need to watch out for. It's even on your own kind. You need to watch out for them. They're like sharks. They'll eat you alive. Dude. They'll set you up. Now, you're more likely to be set by a woman than you are a male, but because men are not that very smart. But technically speaking, I'm just selling because if a man could, he actually legitimate. Now he get it. Now if something go down at the party while he's not away, that's not his fault. Now if it does happen and he knew about it, then it is his fault. But there are some cases where the guy didn't know. He actually legitimately invited you to the fraternity party because he actually did like you, and technically speaking, bad stuff happened. Okay. Now these are only various examples. They may be fictional, may be real, but they're scenarios, should I say? Um, and then there's some cases where the girl is drunk and decides to sleep with someone, and the next thing you know, she wakes up and she realized she slept with someone, then she wants to claim she was raped because she like um didn't regret sleeping with the dude because she was intoxicated. And okay, here's the thing, guys. Listen to the guys. Okay, first of all, if you see a drunk girl, don't. Okay, here is the thing. Don't you should adhere to. Don't take advantage of a drunk girl. Period. Okay, it would not fall down with you really well. Trust me, it never does. Okay. You will sleep with the drunk dude and the drunk girl, and you will end up hemmed up in court systems for the rest of your life. I don't do it. Okay, okay. These people are so don't be dumb. Okay, I know you 18 getting college and partying and all that nonsense, but don't be stupid. Nowadays, when people are going around accusing people of sexual misconduct for no reason, or some reason, or light reasons, or whatever reasons, when it's bad to do so, this isn't the only time people have done this, dude. I mean, I'm not saying every claim is false, but more and more it seems to be a pop. When things like this become like famous or popular, you're going to have people who make false claims. Okay, it's going to happen. It happened with my uncle back in the 80s. Okay, when white girls were going around claiming people were raping them. Okay, it was a fad. Okay, actually, almost happened to my uncle. Of course, it didn't really happen, but it almost did. End up putting him in the freaking Okie. Him them up. He was too young to be getting hung up on rape charges. Luckily for him, I was there and could disprove their claims. But imagine if he was by himself and he actually did this stuff. There was nobody to elaborate his story. Y'all gotta be careful. Now, I need to stop. This is the only time you should engage a when she's sober. One, when she's sober. Two, when she actually says yes. Now, this is the thing about consent. People, let me tell you something. If you say the word yes, it should be, it always be yes. Okay. Now, if you want to do something different or weird, then you should really ask first. But really, if it's just regular sex, why do you need to ask every freaking time? If you should know if you would have sex or not. Okay, if you say yes, you should say yes. This Bible says, "Let your yes be yes and your no be no." Anything else is for the evil one. Okay, if you need to be validated every single time somebody says something, you should not have sex ever in your life. I'm just telling you the truth. You should never have sex. Just stay celibate for the rest of your life. Because technically speaking, if you don't know that you want to have sex, you have a problem. I'm just telling you the truth. If you don't, if you're not certain whether you want to have sex or not, you have a problem. You can either say no or yes, yes or no. It's a yes or no question, not a maybe. Don't feel pressure to say yes. You should always be willing to say no or yes. No guy's gonna make you have sex with him. I'm so sick and tired of these women thinking they can't say no for nothing. Okay, first of all, they can say no. There is nobody keeping them from saying no. Okay, oh, he got power. No, he don't. He ain't got that kind of power over you. If you only reason why he got power over you gave it to him. He got all the power. No, he don't. All the power of what? The only way somebody can give power away from someone is unless they give it to them. Not propagate a lie. You tell these women that they got all the power. They technically do. Let me tell you something, women. You have the power to say no. Say it with me. No. Okay. I want you to keep saying the word no until you get it stuck in your head. That's the challenge I want to challenge up to you. Don't listen to these women who talk about something you can't say no because you ain't got no power. No, listen to them. They for your good interest. They want to keep you in the victimhood mentality. Okay, perpetual state of victims. They want to keep you there. Anybody who tell you that you can't say no, ain't for your good interest. No matter how noble they sound. Let me tell you something. If you listen to me right now, you can say no. Listen to me. If you listen to me right now, you can say no. Because if you say no and you mean no, that man can go to jail. It happens 100% of the time. Just don't do nothing dumb. Don't mix up your answers. Don't mix up your statements. Don't say yes and then no. Make your no's be no's and your yes be yes. Don't initially agree to it and then don't do it initially. If you're not really feeling it, don't do it. Don't let nobody convince you that you sexually abused when you work. Okay? Because let me explain to you how decision making skills work. If you want to do something for your man, whether you want to do it for real inside or not, and you decided, I want to sleep with him. Let's say sleep. I want to sleep with him because it'll make him happy. You made a decision. Just because you weren't feeling it doesn't necessarily mean you were sexually assaulted. Okay, first of all, you decided to do it because you wanted to make him happy. You made a logical decision, not a decision based on feelings, but a logical decision. Because you know how relationships work. In hindsight, you said, I know how relationships work. Okay, if it's gonna make him happy and make this relationship stay balanced, it's something I'm willing to pay. But now, I'm going to say this. All right, let's say this one. You don't have to always do it. Okay, if you always, you see, first of all, we have to know science. Okay, first of all, we know that women are not going to actually want it all the time. Yeah, that is true. They don't have the same level of sex drive as everybody else. I mean, as males do in general. But fact of the matter is, you are penalizing men for being men, and that's so stupid. I said this years ago. I was watching a movie. I said this years ago. Feminism is going to turn into this anti-men campaign, masked as feminism. Because at the men, females were in the feminist movement even in the second wave, but they didn't have as much influence as they have now. They conflating their own women's decision making skills as sexual assault because they didn't feel at the time to want it completely. Like, oh, you were sexually assaulted, girl, because you didn't feel into it. He just influenced you and manipulated you into doing it. No, he didn't. Okay, let me explain to you. This is how you know if you're manipulated into doing something. If the guy offers you something that benefits you, and he said you can only get it if you do X, Y, and Z, that's manipulation. Or he can manipulate it in terms of words. But if you come to him, he just asks you a simple question. He's like, I want to do it. And you say, do I want to, let's see here, make him happy. I guess I'll go ahead and do it just at once. Okay, that's different. Okay, that's not freaking manipulation. Okay, and I know kind of people who end up falling for that lie. Okay, they go and find the people who are more likely to believe that because they're not educated. See, who's the real person really doing the manipulation? It's the person trying to make the claim that you're being manipulated because they're trying to manipulate you into the movement. They manipulate you into the feminist movement. Manipulate your feelings because they want to tap into that feeling. They're using your feelings against you. That's what I'm saying. They're using your sense of logic against you. So since it's like, well, you didn't really feel it. He just made you do it because he has the power to make you do it. No, he didn't. Okay, let me ask you some questions here. Do you love the man? What's the meaning of love? Okay. Willing to do something you normally wouldn't do. Sacrifice. It's part of love. Now you were willing to sacrifice for love. Okay, you sacrificed for your man. Even though you didn't want to do it at that time, you sacrificed and you gave it, and you didn't suffer no harm mentally. You didn't suffer no physical harm. You didn't suffer no emotional harm. You were fine till this lady come up here and told you you need to be emotionally damaged for some reason. I'm telling you the truth. For some reason, filling your head up with lies, deception, mostly in SJW. Let me ask you: are you willing to ruin your own relationship for the sake of a lie? Okay, be warned: do not ruin your relationship, something precious, for the sake of contemplating stupidity. Okay, there are real people being really raped, really sexually assaulted, and they worried about minor things that people do in love of their partner. They're contemplating consent for the sake of their own agenda. Now, let's talk about something more. Women's rights. Let's see, you already have rights. I don't know what rights you'd be more fighting for besides the ones you already got. You already got pro-choice. You already got the abortion right. I don't know why y'all even fight for that. That's kind of dumb. How you fight for something you already got? Does that make any sense to you? You're fighting something you already got. I need my right to choose. You already got your right to choose. My buddy's my buddy. Okay, let me ask you this, sir, ma'am. When did he say he was repealing the what amendment? Was that the abortion amendment? He never said Roe versus Wade was getting appealed anytime soon. So I don't understand what you're protesting about. You're not protesting about anything. You just wanting to protest something you already got, and you will not lose anytime in the future. And it's a fact of life. You're not going to lose that right. I don't know why you acting like they're trying to abolish Roe versus Wade, which you're not. It hasn't done it since. You haven't been doing it in the last 20 years. It hasn't been done. It's not even close. Planned Parenthood affects the black community. I'm not a fan of abortion myself. I think it's dumb. Okay, they want to go to the what about the incest, the rape, and the insert sympathy point here, excuse here, not or the threat to the woman's life, which is highly rare. All these things support you or only make up like maybe a small percentage of the people who get abortions. Most of the reasons, most of the reasons people get abortions is because one, they can't afford, they can't afford the child, even though they could just put it up for adoption. Why do people think they have to kill the child? Like, there's no way an adoption is possible. It doesn't matter what the child is going to like or dislike. They did it for you. If they can appreciate that they did it for you, did it for the best of themselves, and then that's their problem. The matter is that this. And I know I'm going a little long, but I need to get everything out. There's other options besides killing the child. I'm not here to judge you or call you a murderer or whatever. Not okay. First of all, that's not my job. Okay, not my position to tell you. You have to deal with that. You know it's wrong, but technically speaking, you want to deal. You got to deal with it. See, you said I come to judge the world. I come to save it. See, that's what we need to do. We need to stop judging the world and try to save it. Save the homosexuals. I don't judge the homosexuals. That's not my job. I gotta come to save them. So let's stop putting up those signs that God hates gay people. Okay, people, because they don't. He doesn't hate gay people. Let me explain to you something. Jesus does not hate gay people. He does not hate trans people. He does not hate the LGBT, ABC, NMLQRSTUB group. Why they have so many letters? They were fine with the LGBT. Why they had to add picking every letter in the alphabet? I don't know. I don't even know what half those letters mean. They probably don't even know what half those letters mean either. But yes, they got so many letters in that daggone name they can't even keep up with it. We just call them LGBT. Like, and whatever other letter dot. I mean, it's crazy. But fact of the matter is, and no, I do not like to have to like gay porn in order to be pro gay. That's so stupid. I can't believe a politician actually thought that was a requisition for hiring as a senator. What do you think about gay porn? What do you think about gay porn? Do you watch gay porn when you're in work? No. Freaking idiot. I mean, grief. What's the heck that guy do with a nomination for Senate? Nothing. That's what he should have said. Nah, forget trying to defend yourself. No. That's the best way to defend yourself. He said, "What? Do you watch gay porn on your time at work here, Senator? Should we check your history record, see if you be doing misappropriating things on your computer while you supposed to be working?" Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Well, tell me what you think. I might do a part 2 of this, but Adios. Comment below, like, hit that thumbs. Man, I hope I didn't go too long. If I did, I'm probably won't dig these things so long.